Yo, 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 what's going on out there, fight world? It's your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on possibly 3 future Hall of Famers in this fight game. We have Terence T-Boy Crawford, the 3-division world champion, the former undisputed world champion, the current WBO welterweight world champion. We have Errol the True Spence Jr., the king of the welterweight division, the WBC, the IBF, and the Super WBA unified world champion. And then we have Shawn Porter, the 2-division world champion. We all know Shawn Porter that fought some of everybody. But Showtime Shawn Porter's father has came out and basically said that Errol Spence, is better than Terence Crawford, that Errol Spence showed him more than Terence Crawford, and that Errol Spence fought the better Shawn Porter than Terence Bud Crawford. The same thing I've been telling y'all, man. Kenny Porter, understand that his son did not put in the hard work for Terence Crawford like he put in that hard work for Errol the True Spence Jr. Now y'all see what I'm talking about, man. Kenny Porter is speaking the truth. He even going at Shawn Porter, letting them know. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence was the tougher opponent because the work and the training we had to do. You feel me? Kenny saying Errol gonna be the bigger guy on that day. He understand that, the bigger, stronger fighter, that's on that level with you, normally always win the fight, right? Now, not saying, it never happens where the opponent that's coming up don't win. But, what Kenny is saying is Errol Spence is a bad motherfucker. Errol Spence is a bad motherfucker, right? He know Errol Spence. Like you say, I train with Errol Spence. I work with Errol Spence. I went around the world with Errol Spence. I have a relationship with Errol Spence. A lot of people take that as biasness. No. Kenny Porter is just speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? I got my son prepared for Errol Spence. That was the best Showtime Shawn Porter that I ever fucking trained. And EJ went out there and whooped our ass 8-4. You feel me? He went out there, whooped us 8-4 and put us on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is different. The boy is different. When he in his bag and when he on his shit, he is different. No welterweight in the world can beat him. That's what Kenny Porter's saying. My son went through hell and back and couldn't beat him. I did everything I had to do to get that boy right. Even called out to my guys in D.C. But against Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter didn't show up. He didn't put in the hard work. And that's what Kenny Porter was saying. Like, I was almost ready to throw the towel in on that motherfucker before the fight began. No disrespect to Bud. Understand what I'm saying? But when I say these things, y'all want to call me haters and, I'm taking credit away from Terence Crawford and all this weird shit. No, man, it's just the facts are the facts. Terence Crawford went in there and did what he's supposed to do against Showtime Shawn Porter. When you come in there and you ain't put the hard work in and you think you go beat me, you know what I'm saying, that motherfucking 60 to 65%. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't put that hard work in, I'm going to tear your ass up. And Shawn Porter was still hanging in there with Terence Crawford, not putting that hard work in. And what Kenny Porter is saying is, we seen that Terence Crawford and I done seen Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing Terence Crawford and I'm seeing Errol Spence. And Kenny saying that the Errol Spence that we fought wasn't even at his best. The Errol Spence that we fought wasn't even at his best. But the Bud we fought was damn on point. He was damn on point. And when you look at both fights, you can say, they both was handling Shawn Porter. You feel me? Even though some people thought Shawn was beating Terence Crawford, at the time of the stoppage. You understand what I'm saying? But EJ, when they're 100%, fam, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. And Kenny knows it. Kenny Porter knows it, bro. You feel me? A lot of people look at Kenny, they want to call him a hater, they want to call him this, they want to call him that. But Kenny calling facts when it comes to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. He calling facts. And you can only go off of what you see and what you know. And Kenny Porter been around for a while, so people can't try to throw him under the bus. If y'all go accept everybody else's analysis, then you got to accept Kenny Porter's analysis, right? And a man that been in the ring with both of them, he trained for both of them. And he know the work that his son put in for both of them. And his son had put in half the work that he put in for Errol Spence for Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? His son had put in half the work that he put in for Errol Spence that he did for Terence Crawford. And Kenny Porter knows that. He knows it. That's why he stopped the fight on Shawn Porter's ass. Shawn Porter didn't listen to him. Shawn Porter didn't go to the max. Shawn Porter didn't go over and beyond. So Kenny already knew what the deal was in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He knew what the deal was in that fight. You feel me? Like, he ain't gonna hold nothing back. And Shawn Porter, after the Errol Spence fight, he said out his own mouth he wanted to retire. He didn't know how to tell his father You know what I'm saying? So maybe that was a way of him showing his father that he was done. You feel me? I'm gonna get this last paycheck. I'm gonna go fight Terence Crawford. It's gonna be a nice paycheck. It's gonna be millions on millions. You'll get you a nice pay. But after that, I'm turning to Podcast Porter, baby. Call me Podcast Porter and let me go out here and commentate for Fox. And I'm cool. You know, I done fought everybody. Really didn't want to fight Terence Crawford, but he knew it was a big payday. You know, another opportunity to go out fighting in a big fight, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. But Kenny Porter understands hard work and dedication. And Kenny Porter understands what Errol Spence is when Errol Spence is on his shit, like I said earlier, fam. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all gonna be mad. A lot of y'all gonna call it hate. A lot of y'all gonna call it fanboy. Oh, man, you just riding this boy. You just riding that. But when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford, y'all hear all them other cats going for Bud Crawford. Y'all ride they shit. Yeah, so keep the same energy, partner. Keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Like my dude IBFP will tell you motherfuckers. Keep that same energy around this camp. So when I'm looking at Bud and I'm looking at Earl, you know, I keep telling y'all, man, they go fight in that ring. They're going to fight in that ring. All this shit that y'all think Bud can do better than Earl, oh, he can do this, he can do that. It ain't going to matter once he turns southpaw. It ain't going to matter once he turns southpaw. And when he turn orthodox, guess what? EJ going to have the advantage. You know what I'm saying? EJ going to have the advantage because you have two dudes on that level. Two dudes on that level. And when you have a southpaw that's on that level, he know how to take advantage of an orthodox fighter. Period. Say what y'all want to say. Lie where y'all want to lay. You know what I'm saying? Put your money where your mouth is. Prove to me that you believe what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, Showtime Shawn Porter, he came out and he picked Terence Bud Crawford because he said, you know, Errol Spence beat me because I made him fight my fight and he beat me at my fight. But when I fought Terence Crawford, you know, Terence Crawford fought his fight. And that was the difference. So what happened, you know, if Errol Spence go in there and fight his fight against Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to ask these kind of questions. What happened if Errol Spence go in there and fight his fight against Terence Bud Crawford? You know, yeah, he wanted to beat you at your fight to prove, something, even though he aggressive anyway in his nature. But what happened when Earl stick to his game plan? You know what I'm saying? Who's the better fighter then? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just listen to things, but y'all don't ask the right questions, man. Money B gonna hit on the points, baby. We gonna hit on all the points, you know? But, you know, Kenny Porter, I like Kenny Porter, respect to Kenny Porter. You know, he came out, he just spoke his truth. He spoke his truth. Shawn Porter spoke his truth, and Kenny Porter spoke his truth. And I love to see them in front of each other, you know, to speak it out. And then Kenny look at Shawn and say, you know your ass ain't trained for Terence Bud Crawford. You know your ass ain't put half the work in that you did for Errol Spence for Terence Bud Crawford. Otherwise, you would have won that fight. You feel me? You weren't listening at all. Otherwise, you would have won that fight. You wouldn't have been your ass on the canvas punching the motherfucking canvas. You feel me? You probably would have had your hand raised because you was doing great shit against it. But if you would have went over and beyond like you did for Errol Spence, then in them championship rounds and them later rounds, your win would have still been there. You know what I'm saying? Your hunger would have still been there. You wouldn't have just been doing stupid shit, just running to shots because you would have been focused. You know what I'm saying? What can he tell that boy when he made weight? You got to listen. You got to listen. And Showtime Shawn Porter damn sure want to listen to Kenny Porter. You know what I'm saying? In that Terence Bud Crawford fight. But he was listening in the Errol Spence fight. You feel me? He was listening in the Errol Spence fight. Ears wide open because he was a champion. You know what I mean? And it meant a little bit more to him fighting Errol Spence than Terence Bud Crawford because that's a fight that he wanted. And that's the only fight, like, in his career that he really wanted to win more than any other fight. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different, man. It's different. So when this Errol Spence and this Terence Bud Crawford fight happened, like I say, we got a lot of opinions. We got a lot of people that's picking Earl. We got a lot of people that's picking Bud. You know, the truth will be prevailed, you know, once that bell go ding-ding and however long it lasts, right? However long the fight lasts. So we'll just see how that thing turn out. A lot of people going to be upset. But like I say, man, I respect Kenny Porter for coming out, speaking his truth, and putting it out there. He feel like Errol Spence is the better fighter. He feel like Errol Spence, you know, with his size, is going to be the better man that night. You feel me? A lot of people sleep on certain things. They just want to look at certain things and pick it off of skills and make it like Errol Spence ain't skillful. It's going to be a rude awakening, man, whenever this fight get announced and whenever it happens. It's going to be a rude awakening, fam. And I can't wait to see the look on you fans' faces. You know, when y'all got to come back and say, yeah, Money Brown, man, he only won because of this, and he only won because of that. And I'm going to be laughing my ass off like, yep, you're right. You're right. Just send that payment. Straight like that. Shouts out to Kenny Porter. Shouts out to Shawn Porter. Shouts out to Terence Crawford. Most definitely. Shouts out to Errol the True Spence Jr. Let's get this fight going, man. Until then, it's your boy Money. It's the NSBC moving and nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You want to donate OG Money on Cash App? TreyHout52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share the videos. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.